So speaking of LA Knight, this is the perfect ripoff. I mean, perfect ripoff, perfect segue on a recent podcast. Kevin Nash said that LA Knight is a complete ripoff of The Rock. He was kind of citing his recent promos. And the big question that came up was, is LA Knight a ripoff of The Rock? My immediate answer is no. I believe that just like any good artist, you are the sum total of your influences, right? Whoever you consume the most is is the people that you're going to reflect. I believe that there is some rock-esque things about him, but I also see a little bit of Stone Cold. I also see a little bit of Ric Flair. I believe that the reason why they think that it's like a rock LA Knight thing is because he's a very, very confident talker. Obviously, he is very, very bold. He uses words like Kavorka, which is, it's something that The Rock would say, and I can see where there is a little bit of a comparison, if you will, as far as like, he's being The Rock, but I don't think that he's being The Rock. I think that he's the sum total of his influences, and if you watch pro wrestling, you can see a little bit of a lot of the greats in him. I think that The Rock is in him. I think Stone Cold is in him a little bit. Mm. Sorry, I think you see a little bit of Stone Cold in him. I think that you see a little bit of Ric Flair in him. And on top of that, I also feel like if we're going to sit here and say, LA Knight is a complete ripoff of The Rock, like we also have to talk about Terry ripping off Billy Graham. Because Terry kind of took Billy Graham's whole thing, but nobody says that. I just feel like just like LA Knight was influenced by The Rock, I feel like Terry was influenced by Billy Graham, but I don't think that it's a complete ripoff. I see things from The Rock that are in him, but that's just being a student of the game. Just like I see a lot of Ric Flair in MJF. I see a lot of Ric Flair mannerisms in MJF. I see a little bit of Miz in MJF. Like, it's just natural. If you consume this, but I see a lot of Roddy Piper in CM Punk, and I see a little bit of CM Punk in Adam Cole. I feel like if you study the game and if you study pro wrestling, just like any artist, any singer, any rapper who studies people that are at the top of their game, you're going to see things that were in the greats in those people. And so I don't think that LA Knight is ripping off The Rock, but I do believe that we are seeing a little bit of The Rock in LA Knight. And to be honest, I don't mind. I feel like there are things in The Rock that translate to now. And I think that's part of the reason what makes him great and what makes him stand out, because he's a bold, larger than life character, just like The Rock is. Now, if he's going to have the same resume or impact, we'll see. But I want to know, do you believe that LA Knight is ripping off The Rock? Let us know in the comments below. But we're going to move right along.